Oh, is that Mr. Kemp?
Yes, speaking.
Oh, hello, Mr. Kemp. My name's Danny. We spoke a while back. You came round to my house and my wife, Michelle, spoke to you. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, great. Apologies for being a little bit, whatever, bolshy with you last time. I kind of fell for your whole intimidation thing that you guys are pretty good at, I have to admit.
East End Road.
Sorry, sir. I didn't notice myself being intimidating at all.
Well,
I've been called the nicest enforcement officer they've ever met.
Oh, really? The nicest enforcement officer? I mean, you can't be a nice enforcement officer. Basically, you're extorting money from people, don't you think?
Okay, sir. Now, you say extorting money. It's only money that it's a fine. It's the court fine.
Yeah.
It's our admin fee and it's our enforcement fee.
Right.
And
okay.
It's the extorting bit has stopped. It's not allowed.
I think it hasn't, because if I'm not mistaken, well, let me just start a little bit further back. By the way, I do record these for training purposes, these calls. And let me just start a little way back. Let me just get this right. What you're claiming is that I owe you over £400, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so let's just go a little bit further back, because apparently somebody parked a car and was there for a few minutes after they'd paid for. So that, it started off at somebody claiming that somebody owed the council £1. Okay, and then that escalated to whatever it was, £120, which is in and of itself a form of extortion, and I'll explain to you why in a moment. And then somehow that all escalated within a period of a year maybe or less to £420. Yeah, that's right. Is that right?
408, but that's
£408, right. Now, the first thing is, why I would say it's extortion is because, well, let me ask you this: if whoever it is that's meant to pay, and it's not me, we'll get to that in a moment. But if let's say it's me and I don't pay, what's going to happen?
Warrant. We will send it back to the court.
Yeah.
The court will retrace you, or we will find a vehicle.
Yep.
That's registered to yourself.
Yeah.
That has been parked outside the property.
Yep.
We'll clamp it and remove it.
Right. So that's violence. That's extreme violence, taking someone's property away. So that's extortion, isn't it?
If you look at it that way, sir, but
yeah,
we're just following the law, because let's say in previous. Hold, if you let me speak for a moment, please.
Yeah, sure, with pleasure.
In previous years, bailiffs, as we were called, we used to charge every time we visited.
Right.
And that was, in my eyes, extortion.
Oh.
Now, due to the Tribunal Courts Enforcement Act, we are only allowed to charge once.
Right. Oh, I see what you mean. No, I don't mean extortion from the sort of as a sort of way of describing things that are expensive.
Life is extortion. Tax is extortion.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Business rates is extortion. I'm afraid that is just the world we live in.
No.
Let me finish, please.
Yes, yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from. If you parked and you paid for an hour, and you stayed for an hour and 3 minutes. Yeah. In my eyes, yes, I agree. It is ridiculous that you are given a penalty fee for hypothetically £60, and if it's not paid within 2 weeks, it then gets doubled to £120. Yeah. And then it goes to the court. It ends up being £200. We send you a letter for a non-payment of £75, so it goes up to £275. Yeah. You don't pay that, and then we enforce it under the order of the court. Yeah. And that's another £235. Yeah. So instead of paying £60, you're paying £500. Yeah.
All for a £1 non-payment. Yeah. Okay. Now, now obviously, so there's two issues here. The use of the word extortion, right? I'm not only using it for the totally unjustified and immoral you know, raising from £1 to £500. I'm in business, and you know, if my clients don't pay me on time, I don't give them a 500 times the bill. So that's one issue. And then there's the other issue, which what the word extortion means, which means when you get money out of someone using the threat of violence, and that's what you are involved with.
Where's the violence?
The violence is taking my car. That's an act of violence.
Okay, if you want to put it that way.
I don't know, if I came round your house, yet claiming you owed me money, and put a clamp on your car and then lifted it, I think you might think that that's an act of violence, isn't it? Against my property?
All we are doing is following the Tribunal Court Enforcement Act of 2007.
Yeah,
which is obviously meaning to get the clients, being yourselves, to pay for outstanding fines that they haven't paid for. Whether it's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 3 hours, sir, it makes no difference. If you don't buy a tax disc for your car, and you're a day late, or you're a month late, the penalty is still the same.
I hear that. I believe, by the way, that all these government and all taxation is also violent extortion of money from people. This is not just this, right? But this is a form of extortion. Now, having said that, I'm just telling you that I'm happy if you can provide me with a document that shows that I actually owe you any money. I'm a man of a very good. I've got a very good reputation. I pay all debts. If someone lends me money, I pay them back. That's what a debt is. So, unfortunately, I don't want to ever have any dealings with Marston or anybody that works for Marston. I've never had any dealings with you guys. If you can give me some written proof, which is, and in terms of court, if it comes with a signature, a wet signature from a judge, if you can give me written proof that I owe you anything at all, I, the human being that's speaking to you right now, and by the way, my name is not Daniel Shiln, that is not my name, and there's nobody of that name living at that address. If you can give me proof that I, the human being, you can probably find out what my name is, but it's not Daniel Shiln. If you can give me any proof, written proof, that I owe you any money, then I'm happy to pay. Until you're able to.
What's your name then?
That's for you to find out. My name is Danny. That's my first name, and the rest of it is it's not Shiln. I'm telling you that, okay? And I don't need to give you any. I don't want to give you any information because I regard you. Right, you're a fellow human being. I forgive you. You got messed up with a very dodgy organisation, just like the people who give the tickets. But I would never give you any information that I don't want to give you, and I don't want to give you that information. Okay, but that is not my name. Okay, so you're going to have to come up with some proper paperwork that says that's my name. The car, which the fine was on, is not registered at the address anymore, and it's not registered in the name of Daniel Shiln. So you know, if you clamp it, you will be committing a crime against the new owner of the car, and you'll need to take that clamp off. So
okay, now you're also.
Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. If you can't, I've also put a sign on the front of my property which has removed your implied right of access. So you have no right to come onto my property, and if you do, I will send you a bill for that. Every time you come onto the property, I will send you a bill. You have no right to come onto my property or onto my path, and there's a sign which says that clearly on the path. Okay?
Okay, so was the vehicle ever registered to this person?
You know, I don't need to answer any of your questions, do I?
Sorry, I just sat here listening to you.
Yeah, I understand. You listen to me. You listen to me. You came round to my house trying to extort money out of me. Yeah. I will choose. Yes, you did. You did. You came round to my house trying to extort £408 out of me. I
didn't try and extort. I'm just following the law.
Please. The Germans followed the law as well. Just because it's law doesn't make it ethically right, does it? Hello?
I'm still here.
Yeah, great. So it doesn't make it ethically right just because you're following the law, does it?
Say that to a judge, and what will he say?
I don't care about a judge. I would say it to a judge. I would say it.
Sorry, what do you do?
I'm saying I don't. Excuse me. I'm not interested in judges right now. I would say that to a judge. Actually, I would happily say that to a judge. But I'm talking to you right now. You're a fellow human being, Mr. Kemp.
We are in a democratic society, and we have to follow the law.
We have to follow the law. That's what the Germans said, isn't it?
Well, what have the Germans got to do with it?
The Germans also said we were following the law when they were put people in concentration camps. That was legal. It was legal to round up the Jews. That was following the law. So, this is as far as I'm concerned, I've told you what the situation is. I'm happy to pay. I pay all my debts. I don't believe I owe you anything. I don't want to have anything to do with you or your company. I never have. I never had a contract with you. I never, and I never had a contract with Barnet Council, but certainly they have, as far as I'm concerned, I have no business with you whatsoever. If you come up with proper documentation, signed with a wet signature with my name on, then I will consider paying it. Until then, I have no business with you, and you have no right to come anywhere near my property. And as far as I'm
concerned, as bullshit as you were last time after starting the conversation up nicely.
Well, I don't think I'm being bullshit. I'm just being.
I said it several times.
Yeah.
Under my good ethics.
Yeah.
I gave your wife, as she said, over a week.
Yeah.
I have not revisited.
Right. Well, you as I said to you, your implied right of access has been removed. I'm not being bullshit. I'm just telling you quite clearly.
How do you remove my right of access?
By putting a sign up. You have no.
Front door.
By sign up by the beginning of the fence to my property. There's a sign which says you have no right to come out. Your implied right of access has been removed. So you have no right to come in the property, and if you do, you will be charged. And you will be trespassing as well. It's a game we're playing, Mr. Kemp.
Fine,
Mr. Kemp.
Fine. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.